YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Listen, y'all. The problems that we're facing are real simple. It's a low self-esteem problem. This is what we're dealing with. This is why people are suffering from division, anxiety, hate, unforgiveness, because they don't feel good about themselves. And the sad part is, a lot of the people that are leading us, influencing us, are also suffering from low self-esteem. And we're just passing the buck, man. We're not teaching these kids to be leaders, to be fighters, to be warriors, that they can defend us. We're teaching them to be cowards, to be afraid, to be fearful. This is what we're teaching. And notice, they don't let voices like this break through. See, the voices that's going to compromise, that's going to give in, those are the ones that they let speak. Those are the ones they call influencers. See, that's going to go along with the program. And if you don't go along with the program, see, now they want to label you a hater because you don't agree with what. Man, listen, I could care less about who you want to fuck or what you want to fuck. Let me say that shit again. I could care less about who you want to fuck or what you want to fuck. Because at the end of the day, when you close your eyes, you got to deal with that shit, not me. That ain't what you do and how you live don't have no impact on me. But I have a right to be able to agree or disagree. I have that right with what I see. And if you're doing something that I disagree with, you can't demonize me. I got just as much right to disagree as you have to accept what you're doing. But when I don't want to accept what you're doing, now you want to label me as some bad person. Because I don't want to go along with your shit. And this is what these kids are saying, man. They can't stand up and be independent to speak on their own because they got to run with the crowd. And that's what we're teaching, man. We're teaching people how to run with the crowd. Whatever the crowd say, whatever the crowd do, that's what you do. And that might not always be the right thing to do, what the crowd is doing. So, you can say what you want. You can believe what you want. But look at the insecurity that we sowing. Now you got all these pronouns and all this old bullshit. Man, you either man or woman. It's just that simple. I don't care what you call yourself. You either male or female. If you got a penis, you're a male. If you got a womb, you're a female. And that plastic dick that you running around with ain't got no life. It's dead. And you got women in love with something that's dead, that's fake. See, in order to survive in that lifestyle, you got to pretend to be something that you ain't. Oh shit, True Conductor, what did you say? Let me say that shit again. In order to survive in that LGBTQ bullshit, you got to pretend to be something that you ain't. And if you pretending to be something that you're not, you're a motherfucking liar. Simple as that. And that goes for the straight and the gay. If you getting out here pretending to be something that you're not, you're a fucking liar. And got the nerve to get upset because somebody calling you out on your bullshit. And you upset. See, this is the problem. Because every time you try to call out this bullshit, see, they want to label you. They want to attack you. And you trying to call the bullshit out. And this is what's wrong. Man, thank God. My kids ain't in public school right now. Because, you know, I don't know what I would be doing. If my kids was in public school now, shoot, I'd probably be in jail with some of the shit I see going on. Because I walk in, man, you exposing my kids to some shit I don't agree with. Somebody got the answer. There's going to be a confrontation with that. I don't give a fuck what you do with everybody else's kids, but you ain't going to mistreat mine. It's just that simple. You know, and see, and our children are the ones that's least protected. That's why they ain't got no. That's why they self-esteem so low. Because we don't protect them. We don't defend them. They got to get out and defend themselves. See, we don't talk about this, man. Look how many of these young black kids out here on their own. They out here on their own. Because they ain't got no supervision. Everybody either getting high or fucking or stealing or dead. And so they got to get it any way they can. And the only thing they see working is something negative. You can listen, if you think I'm lying, how come the federal government know how many prisons to build? Just think about that for a minute. If low self-esteem wasn't a problem, how come the federal government know how many prisons to build? Because they already know what you're going to do and how you're going to act. And mind you, these prisons are for profit. They for profit. And who's the majority of the population? Black and brown people. And this is the danger, white people. I know some of y'all sitting back thinking that that's their problem. That ain't my problem, that's their problem. Wrong. It's your problem too. Because maybe you haven't noticed, but a lot of these hip-hop boys got just as much influence over there in them white kids than they do them black ones. See, them white kids, they ain't gonna bootleg. They gonna spend their money to get their CD or tape or whatever, however they putting their music out. But see, with them black kids, one of them gonna buy it, and the rest of them gonna buy a bootleg. because it's going to be bootleg. But look how much influence rap has on the white community. Look how much influence. If you think that's their problem, look at the influence that rap music have on white kids. And they picking up the same old nasty, dirty habits. And you still sitting back talking about that's their problem. And your kids are getting caught up too right under your nose. And you can't even see it. You in denial. And that's what it is. And see, you got a lot of white parents that are in denial about what their children are doing and what their children listening to. And then act surprised when one of them snap and go kill up a whole bunch of people. You think if you had some high self-esteem that you would get on a rampage where you got to kill a bunch of people innocent? That's low self-esteem, man. That's a lack of respect. And we act like we don't see that. And we all are at risk. Let me say that again. See, we all are at risk. Because at any moment in time, somebody could snap around us, our loved ones, our friends, our co-workers. We all are at risk. But here again, people don't seem to be interested in trying to generate other narratives. And if we never bother about trying to change the narrative, ain't nothing gonna change. Nothing is gonna change, y'all. And at the rate that these things are going, it's only gonna get worse. It ain't gonna get no better. It's gonna get worse. Okay? So thank y'all. I mean, you know, sometimes it's very challenging to keep coming with the intensity and the passion when it don't seem like people are interested. That's not what they want to hear. They want some drama. They want some division. And when you start trying to make sense and be the solution, it's met with a lot of resistance. And when you're doing it from your heart, see, you can withstand this. When you're doing it from your heart, see, you can endure this because you're doing it from your heart. Okay? And you don't know who the one or two people that you're talking to. And you don't know who they know. Okay? So you have to still be genuine and still be real and still state your case regardless. You know, whether you got a house full or none at all, you have to still state your case. And the mistake a lot of so-called quote-unquote influencers make is they don't use this time to like sharpen their message, to get the kinks out, while ain't a whole lot of people working, watching. See, that's the time when you can start experimenting with some stuff. You know, seeing how you can get that sound bite. Because when somebody ask you a question, and this is what I learned as a politician, especially if it's live. When somebody asks you a question, you give the answer you want to give, not the answer that they're looking for. So you always got to answer something that you want to make people think about, and not necessarily the direction that they trying to steer you in, because you might not agree with that direction. Okay? So, man, we're definitely dealing with a low self-esteem problem. That's where we need to start with a lot of these kids, with their self-esteem. And not only that, but there are a lot of adults that need to check their low self-esteem. And some of these very same people are in leadership positions. They're in leadership positions. And look at the foolishness that they're promoting. All right? Hey man, thank y'all for the first time in a long time. I'm gonna get on the bus. I'm going down to the White House for a couple of hours, and try to spare some good vibes. I'm sure I've been missed. But I got my screws on my cart, so I ain't got to worry about it falling apart on me now. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down to the White House today for a few hours. As long as my bladder will let me, as long as it'll let me sit, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna sit right there. But if we don't deal with this low self-esteem, man, that's where the anger is coming from. That's where the confusion is coming from. That's where the division is coming from. Low self-esteem. That's the problem. And we act like we don't see it. It's low self-esteem, man. These kids out here robbing because they got low self-esteem. They don't have enough belief in themselves to be able to whatever solution they're looking for, rather than trying to get something for nothing. They can go inside and build something positive, something that's uplifting. This is what we need now. We need to get out, man, and start uplifting these kids, encouraging them, realizing that all of them ain't gonna be lawyers and doctors and scientists. Some of them gonna have to be garbage men. That's just the reality. Some of them gonna have to be in the service industry. And we need to show them that that's not a disgrace. That's not a shame. Because you're trying, you got young kids right now that feel like it's easier for them to steal your shit than go out and get a job. That's why we got all the crime. And now because of this, look at the insurance premiums that's going up. See, now to insure something in the district is outrageous because of the crime. And see, and they always use that excuse to keep your premiums high. Well, you know how bad it is in DC, and the crime could be nothing, but they're gonna go on the past of what was. See that, and this is the problem. See, we ain't paying attention to that. We're not paying attention to all of this crime, all of this shit that we got going on. Is just making people gonna have to pay more money. They just got to pay more now. And after a while, you ain't gonna even be able to drive a car in DC because it's gonna be too difficult to insure it. A lot of people ain't gonna be able to pay the premiums. Now you got some more problems. See, so you know, let's take a look at this, man, and try to promote some hope. You know, promote some vision, some dreams. These kids only dream about going to jail, and we need to change that. You know, a lot of them don't think they'll make it to 25. We need to change that, because if we don't, we all are at risk. This is what I'm trying to get people to see. We all are at risk, because some shit can jump off anytime, anywhere, without warning. Without warning. And you'll be looking cross-eyed, like a cow looking at a new gate. What is that? And that's too late. It's too late. So you know, that's just my little take. All right. So listen, y'all. Let me layer up and find out when the bus gonna come through, and I'm gonna head down to the White House. Maybe when I get down there, I'll even go live from the White House. Okay, so y'all can see Brother B back on the scene. I'm going to get back on the scene, buddy. Yeah, get back on the scene, man. I mean, praise God, my knee is not bothering me, cause the last couple of weeks, I mean, my knee was like, oh, there we go. It unfroze. Okay. Oh, I was getting a phone call. No wonder. It's getting a phone call. That's why it froze. That's why it froze up. Okay. Anyway, man, can y'all still hear me? I guess I got 3 people in here. Probably don't want to reveal who they are. I got 3 of my trolls up in here. They like to stop by and you know, see what I'm talking about, and you know, try to get some footage, whatever they be doing. But you know, I mean, it's all good. It's all good, cause anything that I've said, I can defend that. So I'm not worried about that. It's not you know, it's not something that I guess you can bully me with about something I didn't say it. Because if I said it, I meant it. You know, and depending upon the time frame of when I said it and what we're still dealing with would determine whether I still mean it or not. And see, again, because we got so many people that have low self-esteem, they can be bullied to an opinion or to a particular narrative. They can be forced to to go along with that narrative. Like Israel is killing innocent people. Innocent people getting killed, man. Yet, they want to take one example of what one group of people did, and they want to punish everybody. And if you disagree with that, now, no, man, right is right and wrong is wrong. And then if you look, all of them people in Israel that's so headstrong for this war, their children ain't in harm's way. The prime minister's son down there on the beach in Miami. He ain't fighting in the war. He's on the beach in Miami. But look how many other these parents losing their kids in this war. But your children are not in harm's way. And people don't have a problem with that. And he's steadily pushing, ain't no ceasefire. But your son ain't in harm's way. So naturally, you ain't going to accept no, because you ain't got nothing to lose. And then you're going to get upset when somebody start questioning, wait a minute, how come his son ain't on the front lines? Why is his son in Miami? Why is that? Call your son and put him on the front line. And then I support what you're doing. But you ain't got nothing to lose. You ain't putting nothing on the line. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. Let me get ready to go to the White House. See y'all later.